Alright everyone, we got a friendly match with Maria, whom I would have played, but Cooper ended up beating her, so I played Cooper instead, which you guys already saw. Anyway, a Glad lead, which I don't want to stay in for a Cycle Cut, so I go out to Zapdos because I figure I'm pretty sure he's faster, he'll be the best one on my team to take it, and if he still doesn't take it very well, then, I'll go to something else as sacrificial fodder. But Zapdos so far has just been pro for me. Anyway, there is a crit there, but I do know that I am going to be faster because I see I see a Life Orb on that, and I'm just faster, so I know that. Excuse me, got a frog in my throat. Why does this happen every video now? So I roost up, thinking that hopefully if it doesn't crit this time, then I can take it a lot better, and I can slowly get my hit points up there. But she crits again. Thankfully she switched moves, and I roosted off my weakness to it, so it still allowed me to survive. And I'm just going to roost up again. She goes for a Shadow Sneak, and I refuse to believe that she believes that could have KO'd, so I wonder if that was just like a pity move, as an I'm sorry type of thing. But she doesn't seem like the type of player who would do that either, so I'm not quite sure what was going on with that, but it essentially lets me get a free roost, and Life Orb is just taking this thing down. So I kind of want it to be at like 40-ish%, maybe a little bit less, because this thing can it's got a high base special defense, I believe. Or maybe that's Gardevoir, maybe this one's defense. I'm not quite sure, but I don't want to go for a T-Bolt, not kill it, and lose my Zapdos. So I'm kind of waiting for that with recoil and, stalling out and kind of seeing how that's going to go from there. And there's a lot of Zapdos stall in this vid, just to say the least. So eventually, though, I don't think it's going to work out too well in my favor. It's going to take a lot of time. I'm just going to go out to Minotaur, put an Intimidate on here. Hopefully she'll want to Ice Punch me instead, but I can still take a Psycho Cut pretty well. So I finished off with a Double Edge, and I didn't want to do that. I wanted to save this guy, as he is my best sweeper of sorts, as he's Scarfed. And now he's half dead. So he's half dead, and my best wall is half dead. And Galad was scary, but I needed that thing gone. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, that thing, I was gonna have to stay in there for 10 hits until a Life Orb killed itself, but whatever. So I go to Melodic because she can take absolutely anything except an explosion that this thing wants to do, but he's not going to explode then anyway. So threatening it with a Stab Water move, I just go for a Confuse Ray on the switch, as even if it's something very unfriendly or something that Hydro Pump would be worthless against, it still gives me at least a coin flip for an advantage. So I go out to Koopa, even though knowing this is not exactly safe by any means. Past experience in these other tournament matches has shown me that getting up T-Spikes with Zapdos is so freaking helpful and important that I'm going to go for it. So, that's what I do. And she throws up an S-Toss, which, that's alright. 100 points of damage, I guess it's not alright, but better than losing my Koopa automatically. So I get up one layer, she's confused, hopefully she'll hit herself. She doesn't, and she throws a Blizzard in my face. I'm like, whoa, that makes me wonder if there's an Abomasnow hanging out somewhere in here, or I don't know, but that was pretty important. So I definitely get the hell out of there so I can save my Koopa for another day, because that'll wreck it. I may live an Ice Beam, I don't know, but not a Blizzard. So I go out to Bliss, because Bliss will just say, like, alright, nothing's going to happen, and we'll both switch. She misses Blizzard again, makes her 0 for 2 on that, which obviously it wouldn't have hurt Bliss at all, but just the concept that it's not working out for her isn't all that fun. So I know that her 2 walls, or at least the 2 walls that I've seen, don't have a recovery move outside of Rest. So I figure there's not a status move I can go for. I don't want to stay in just in case, so I threw up an S-Toss, and gets a little bit of damage on Steelix. That's alright. So I don't want it to explode, though, because there's nothing it can do to hurt Bliss aside from explode. I go back to Koopa as my, #1 fodder, and this will allow me to set up Stealth Rock. I do have the 1 layer of Poison, which, it can be better than Toxic. Sometimes it can be worse. It all depends. If there's a self-healing wall, that's the only time you want Toxic instead. But Regis is still weak to Stealth Rock, so I'm going to put that up. And I figured I could probably live one Earthquake anyway. So, I take the hit. It obviously hurts a ton, but I'm still alive, so that's alright. I resist Stealth Rock, and I've got lefties, so I can still be used later. And just in case, I don't really want to throw a Super Fang up here. I'm not too afraid of Steelix. I've got a few guys to take it, so I go out to Leviathan again, and I know that I'm totally safe in here, and just in case it tries to stay in and explode, predicting Confuse Ray again, or something like that, because that's what I did the first time, I am going to go straight for Hydro Pump this time and try and finish that thing off, as that's going to hurt a lot, and it probably would kill it. I'm just going to go out and say that it would kill it. So she doesn't stay in anyway. That's just me being precautious. And in comes a Frostlass, which after Poison and, of course, weak Stealth Rock, that's not exactly going to take it either. So I'm going to score a kill on the Frostlass with Hydro Pump. JK, Hydro Pump's going to miss. So, aside from Psycho Cut, I'm pretty sure Psycho Cut can miss. Aside from that, with her Galad, both of us are 0 for 3 on our high power, low accuracy moves, as opposed to Surf and Ice Beam, which we're supposed to be using. So, but then she uses Blizzard again, and that misses. So now we're 0 for 4 on our moves, which is hilarious. It's going both ways, at least. I didn't feel too threatened. I am scared of Destiny Bond, so I figured it's going to be win-win if I stay in here and Confuse Ray. I can recover if I need to. I don't think Shadow Ball is going to hurt me that bad. She went for Blizzard anyway, predicting a switch, I guess. So, I'm not quite sure what the thought process on that one was. And I just go for a Hydro Pump now. I don't want to stay in and stall all day long, and I don't want something else to get Destiny Bonded. I mean, what else am I really going to go to? So I figure she's probably going to switch if she's confused and poisoned. Obviously, Blizzard's not going to hurt me that badly. So she didn't want to use Shadow Ball, probably because I have a Blissey as well. So I figured she might even switch, and therefore, with confusion and switch percentage, I'll go for the Hydro Pump despite a potential Destiny Bond. In comes Regis again, which gets poisoned and weak to Stealth Rock. I put a Confuse Ray on it just because I can. I know there's nothing else I'm really going to be able to do, so it gives me a coin flip chance of whatever the hell it is I decide to bring in will be safe. So it's going to toss on me. Both of us can stay in here all day long, really. Since I know Regis is her premier wall, it's probably going to have rest. Otherwise, that's not safe whatsoever, and she can't honestly expect to get anything out of sitting here tossing all day when she's got poison up if she didn't have rest. So that's just what I'm expecting at this point. So I go to Bliss just to say, hey, nothing's gonna happen. So both of us again can just get out. And honestly, I've hardly even used Bliss this tournament with this series so far, aside from the fact of saying, hey, you're not going to do anything, so let's both switch. Like, really, that's what her purpose has been. It's just been a big old stop sign. So, really funny. Anyway, there's the rest, and I take a risky chance to go to Zapdos, but I figure, she's got to have Sleep Talk, and she's confused, and if it does pick Blizzard, it still has to hit. So there's a lot of room for error in there. There's a lot of room for error. So I figured, yes, it's risky, but damn, I'm not going to get a better shot than that. So, and I know that if it pays off, I can sub and roost on her Blizzards all day long. It does seem a little counterintuitive to have Blizzard with a Rest Talker. Generally, I would think that you'd want as much as possible so you could stay in there. Perhaps this thing is just intended to be used with Abomasnow in another team, and just in this team it doesn't work out as well that way. So that's another thought process, because she's 100% legit, so she's not going to have two Regises with the same set, only difference of Blizzard and Ice Beam sitting around for different uses. She's not going to have that. So that's also a thought. And then once Blizzard does run out, she'll have a much higher chance of hitting S-Toss, so that'll be very consistent damage. So that's still not a bad thing on its own right anyway. Not a whole lot's going on in the procedure of what I need to do is pretty clear. I'm just subbing and roosting so I can get rid of those Blizzards. I lose count of how many she's used because I have a really bad habit of not paying attention and talking in chat rooms when I'm in a match. So I know she missed 2 Blizzards earlier, and she's used 2 or 3 here. I think it's been 3, but I'm not positive. And if it has been 3, I'm not quite sure if it misses, if it still takes away from pressure, or if because it's an indirect attack, pressure doesn't affect it, because I know some attacks or some moves aren't affected by it. So I'm not sure how many she has left, honestly. And there's another Blizzard coming into play, so I'm like, okay, that's got to be it. It's got to be 3, which would pressure make it up to 6. She's used 2 earlier. That's got to be 8. So I'm almost positive she's out of blizzards at this point. So I've got my sub up. I've got good hit points. So I just start going for T-bolts, just, making her run out of moves. And in comes a Zard, which I'm assuming she had, by the way, sweet nickname, but I'm assuming she just used that as like a fodder to break my sub and then come in with something else and try and kill me. That's my guess, but it definitely was not a very opportune time to make that decision. And unfortunately, as awesome as you are, Charizard, unfortunately you didn't show up too well in this one. So in comes a Hitmonlee, and I figure it's probably going to be Scarfed considering the nature of the tournament. So I roost up because of Stealth Rock, fully expecting that I'm going to switch after this turn. And I figure that if I am faster, then that's fine. I can just continue to sub all day long. So it works out perfectly in that favor. I get my hit points up and realize I'm faster. So that's awesome. I don't know if it's banned or something else instead, but it's not Scarf. So I can sit in on Stone Edges all day long and, pressure stall them out of here. So I'm just going to keep on subbing. When I get half down, I'm going to roost. It's really simple, guys. Like, this is a really long vid, and there's not a whole lot to say because, you guys are pretty good by this point. You've been watching tons of vids for a long time. It's simple what's going on here. It's not a good scenario for her, and, my path is set. So I'm just going to keep on doing what I do, and Poison is up. I'm glad I took that risk with Koopasaur to get that 1 layer up. And, we're just going to go with that. So she switches moves over to Blaze Kick, which, again, I don't think Blaze Kick has perfect accuracy. I could be mistaken, but she's not about to close combat, even if I do have a sub up. So I think it probably would break. I think past games I've taken like 100, 105 points from a close combat from various guys. But anyway, I'm just going to keep on subbing. Now I'm at half health, so I'll roost after this turn. Poison's racking up there. If Blaze Kick can indeed miss, maybe it'll miss. I'm going to wait, or at least at this point I'm thinking that I'll wait till probably around, again, like 40% health before I throw a T-Bolt out here to finish it off. So that's what I do. I am a little bit afraid right now, though, of the obvious roost that it's going to close combat and maybe Earthquake. I don't know if it can Earthquake, or even if it even ever picks it. I know a match a few weeks ago or whatever, I was scared of Raichu having Earthquake. He doesn't even learn it, but whatever. So she throws a close combat out here, lowers her defenses. So I know T-Bolt's going to kill from here, though actually at the time of battle, I think I forgot about that defense lowering. I think I really forgot about that. Otherwise, I might have just gone for a T-Bolt and killed it right off the bat. But anyway, I figure now I saw that it was Life Orb after that turn when I didn't have sub up, because killing a sub doesn't hurt you with Life Orb. So I saw that and Poison, and I figure, okay, I'll get up one more roost, see what happens. Maybe she switches moves again, I don't know. And probably wasn't the best move. But then she goes for a Bullet Punch, which, just like Galad, I'm thinking, wait a second, that doesn't seem right. You know that was not going to kill. So I just don't know. Maybe it was a misclick, but it definitely seems like a misplay to me. And I kind of feel a little bit bad about that, because that's twice this Zapdos has been in critical health, and you essentially gave me a free roost on it. So I don't know quite what was going on in your head with that one, darling, but it didn't work out for you. So it's obviously really low at that point. I don't want to have sub break and then have Poison kill it, so I'm just going to T-Bolt it for the death. And then in comes this guy again, which now I know what it can do, but I'm also pretty sure, as before, that it's out of Blizzards. It might have one left, but I don't think so. And then it's just going for S-tosses right off the bat, so it's probably out of Blizzards at this point. And I know it's going to rest, and I'm thinking, do I want to switch to something else so I can smack it? Or do I want to just continue to stall it out? I haven't quite decided. Now that I know that I'm only going to be doing like 25% to it, I just decide I'm going to switch to Hellfire. If she does have a Blizzard remaining, I can still survive it. If she rests or if she S-tosses, I can still be okay. I think at this point all she has left is Steelix and Regis anyway, both of which are weak to both stabs of Blaziken. So he is just doing his job perfectly in that regard. I'm going to go for Superpower first because I don't want to go for the Overheat and lower my special attack. I guess in the big scheme of things, it really didn't matter, but I just went superpower first, so I don't know. Minor details, so... But now I can go for Vacuum Wave and finish it off, because it'll still be super effective in stab and on his low defensive side. So I know that'll be able to finish it off, and you know, I guess that'll work. In hindsight, Overheat probably would have been better. Switches in, this thing dies, Superpower Regis, and we all go home. But now I'm just going to smack Regis with a stab Overheat in the face while it's asleep, and that's probably going to be it. Because even if it does survive, plus Stealth Rock comes in, even if it does survive, you know, I'll just hit it with Superpower and finish it off at -1. I don't care. But I miss, and I'm like, man, did I really have to miss? That sucks. So Sleep Talk comes in, hits me down to 104, which is just a hair above having Blaze activate. If Blaze activated, I would have stayed in Overheated again, but I don't know if it's going to kill. I'm just assuming it would. I switch out to Zapdos because I've already got the match won, essentially, so I'm not really threatened in that regard. And I've just been so proud of like how these guys have performed in the I've played 4 matches, I think, and I've had a 5-0, a 4-0, and this will make 2 6-0s. So I kind of want to just stay in and win for that regard, and go for it, since it's something I so rarely do. And I totally lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, the last time we played, she beat me, so I'm kind of coming back with a fiery vengeance in that regard, and you know, being a little mean, but you know, sorry Maria, I had to. And I just didn't want to miss. I didn't want it to not kill, so I switch out to Zapdos and continue stalling it out. And there's not exactly a whole lot going on for the rest of the vid, so I wouldn't blame you guys if you leave and make a sandwich in the slightest at all. In fact, that's probably a solid idea. It'd be even a better idea if you get your girlfriend to make a sandwich for you. And anyway, so I keep subbing up, and yeah, like there's really nothing to say at this point. So there's a key turn in a few moments. I don't know if it already happened, because I wasn't even honestly very much paying attention to my own narration, because I knew it was kind of bland. But let's see, where is it? There's a key, whatever, I'll just tell you guys about it. There's a key moment in here somewhere. She still has one Blizzard hanging out somewhere that she left as a surprise, and I was not expecting it. I don't know how it came out. I must have either miscounted, or one of the Blizzards didn't take off 2 PP from pressure, maybe because it missed on a sub, you know, so I'm not positive on that. But she had one left, and thankfully it misses, or else it would have killed Zapdos. So her Blizzard was not efficient in this match at all. She missed half of them, which is not cool at all. So I definitely should have lost something, but in the end it misses, and I just staying here all day until eventually I take this thing down with a crit, I believe. Yeah, I think it's at like 30% about to rest, and I crit it just to save some time. So that's going to end the match. I'll just put up some music before the credits, and you know, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully the next few matches won't be so long, drawn out, and stally, thanks to a missed Overheat. But you know, hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and stay tuned for some more vids. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.